Alright, let's go through the process of creating this animated GIF in Photoshop. And it is this one here, this kind of talking hand. Note that this GIF has a clear background, so when it's used in your AR app, or in other things for that matter, that'll be transparent, and you'll be able to see behind it. Now, to start this, I made a little movie on just using the webcam on the Mac. Note that I used a kind of a cleanish background. That's going to help a lot. So just a few seconds. So I'm going to open Photoshop. And this is the part we missed in class, bringing something into Photoshop, a movie. What you want to do is go up to File, and you want to import video frames to layers. I'm going to click on that. It's going to initialize the video import. Now we choose our movie, and it is right there, and open. Okay, so we get this window here, which allows us to do a couple of things. Number one, it allows us to select a range to import. So if you have a longer movie and you want to just use a small portion of it for your GIF, you would select selected range only, right there. Another option it gives you is to limit the number of frames. So most of these videos run anywhere from 15 to 30, probably leaning towards the 30 frames per second. The more frames you have, the bigger the GIF, the more work it is for you. You may want to limit those frames. So I'm going to limit this to every 5 frames. You also want to leave this checked, make frame animation. Now, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to grab the handle at the end and I'm going to drag in until I get to the end of where I want it to stop. Right about there. Now I'm going to drag the beginning. I think I want the beginning sort of right before he starts yakking. Okay. So here is the range. And that should be good. Okay, click OK. And note that all my video frames have now come in as layers over here from 1 to 33. If I go to the window menu and select the timeline, I also get frames in my animation. If I play this right now, we can see the animation as it stands. Pretty good. Note that since we limited the frame count, the information down here, the time between animations has changed. Okay. Alright, so how do we start? We need to clear this background out. Now there's no sort of simple magical way to do this. What I'm going to do is use a combination of my quick selection tool and some keystrokes that I'll show you. Okay, so I've got the first layer selected, first frame selected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, I'm going to grab with my quick selection tool everything around the hand. Now you note the first thing it did was grab the hand. So remember to use your modifier keys. Oops. In this case, Option, to control what it's grabbing. So I want to grab all the space around the hand, not the hand. So you're going to be using these quick selection tools a lot for this process. So I subtracted the hand out. Now I'm coming into the background. Grab the background. Come down. Remember, just like anything else, the quality of your end product is oftentimes related to the quality of your selection. So I have that all selected. I'm just going to hit backspace and clear that out. Now I've got some stuff down here. I can kind of grab that too. Get rid of that. Okay, well, it looks all right. Okay, now that I've got that cleared out, what I'm going to do is I'll show you a command that's going to allow you to kind of scroll through these layers. And you don't worry about these animation cells right now. What we're going to do is go through these layers and empty out all 33 backgrounds. And like I said, there's no easy way to do this. So what you want to do is hit, with the bottom layer selected, you want to hit Option and bracket. And that's going to move up to the next layer. Now note that, and it also makes the next layer visible. Note that the image is changed just slightly, and but our selection is still mostly there. So what we need to do on each frame is adjust that selection. So I need to add from the outside, just to tighten that up. Subtract from the inside using my modifier keys. And you got to be careful on places that aren't so contrasty. And that's a good thing to remember as you're doing this. The contrastier the shot, the better, the easier the selections will be. That looks good. I'm going to clear that one out. I'm going to hit Option, right bracket, move up to the next one. Notice this is a big change this time. So I need, got to adjust a little bit more. As you go through this, it'll get a little bit faster and faster. Like so. Like that. And you're going to move your way through this. All right, so I'm not going to do that for you, and we'll come back when I've got. All right, so now I've got all my backgrounds cleared out over here. And what I had to do was go back and make sure that each frame on the animation timeline down here had its corresponding layer set to the right visibility. So as you're doing this, occasionally you'll see something like this or that where you have more than one layer selected. So you need to make sure you change that. And each image has its corresponding layer turned on. Like so. Okay, and I can preview this. Now, the first time I exported this video, it played way too fast. So let me show you how that looks. If we go to File, and then we want to save as web, save for web. It's going to give us our GIF here. Make sure you have your presets on GIF, your transparency is checked, your colors are maxed out to 256, and your looping options are right here. They can loop forever, or however many times you want for your project. What you can do at this point is preview it. Okay, there's a button here. So if you preview that, that's going to open it into a new window and give you, it's going to play it in a web browser, whatever your default web browser is. And this works pretty well. So Initially, when I did this, the hand was moving way too fast, and I went back and I adjusted the time between the frames. All right, so when you do that, you save. You got it previewed how you want it. And you're ready to go. So let's take a look at our new GIF here. And it's always a good idea to check the size here. 930 kilobytes, not a small GIF, but not too bad. And that will work for your Erasmus project. And don't forget to check the guidelines I posted about the file sizes. Good luck.